What? What's going on? Did I die? Yes, I did. I died. Well, you died. I guess whoever played this game died. What's up, guys? This is Force. Gonna be taking a look today at Master Reboot. This is a first-person sci-fi adventure horror game that has a focus on exploration and puzzle solving. The game takes place in what is known as the Soul Cloud, and this is where everyone's memories are stored so that they can continue to experience life after death, something along those lines. I've played a little bit of the introduction. I wanted to try to go into this thing without too much knowledge, though, because this is a game that is most definitely much more about the experience and exploration. So I want to give you some of that here. So we saw those flashes of images, presumably happening at our death, and then we've been dumped onto this little lonely island with not much except what appears to be the wreckage of a subway cart, I believe. That's what we're supposed to assume that is. So I don't know if the implication is this is how we died. There was a wreckage of a subway or a train, maybe. Something, that seems probable, right? Or maybe that just, you know, everyone's death's a train wreck. I don't know. Some things within the environment to interact with, one of them being this thing here. Which, upon interacting with this rune-looking object, we get a screeching sound and some demonic figure with the phrase, "The body is a temporary condition. Purgatory, however, is forever." Well, that's really kind of depressing. So really not much. There are a few select objects within the environment that you can interact with, but they are pretty obvious things. It's not, I can't like pick up these papers. There doesn't appear to be any zooming or anything like that either. It's just more, here are a bunch of set pieces, interpret of it what you will, and then the neon glowing thing is what you can interact with. So we had that little rune there, which again, besides that image, it doesn't seem to be anything else for us to do with this, except maybe remember it for future use, because part of this game is going to be puzzle solving. And then, oh, here's another neon glowing thing. What is this cube? Let me interact with it. The game actually doesn't explicitly tell you what the keybinds are. You know, it doesn't say press left mouse button to interact or press E to interact. So I just ended up, you know, spamming buttons until I found it. It is in fact E. They seem to go with the traditional route in terms of the keyboard and mouse setup. So E is going to be for interacting, crouching is C, sprinting is left shift, but yeah, you're not explicitly told what those keybinds are as you progress here through the beginning of the game. And it looks like we can interact with now what was formed out of that sphere over there. It's going to bring up another loading screen, and I'm just really awed. I really love the atmosphere that this game creates. The color palette, the ambiance within the environment, and just like look at the lighting and stuff. I know it's all hazy and stuff, but it's created a really interesting mood. Especially here, we look behind us and we've got these really cool blues, and then the warm yellow orangish glow. Something that kind of bothered me though is, you know, it looks like, so we've got this little forest landscape. Oh sure, let's explore, let's walk around. Beyond those torches, there's really no indication as to where you should be going. Well, those torches are where you're supposed to be going, but when I first came on here, when I was setting this video up, I really wanted to check back here, and I ran into this. There's a giant meshy wall all over these open environments, and it's the boundaries, except they're not like many games and still these invisible walls. No, these are quite literally physical barriers. Kind of makes sense within the context of the game, because this is sort of a digital manifestation of memories of an individual, or it's a digital world. So it makes sense that there would be like these sort of digitized barriers, if you will, but it was kind of frustrating, because there's a few parts within this level, this beginning level, that I wanted to explore somewhere, and then I was just like, oh, let me go over here. Nope. But you know, I mean, obviously constraints are put into every game in one fashion or another, be it a physical visual wall like that, terrain was probably a better way to do it. I mean, look at it. We've got that huge hill right there. I obviously can't walk by that. Why couldn't they just let me go at least that far? I don't know. Maybe there's some good gameplay reasons. Another indication, you know, they're not actually telling you what key to hit, but come on, spacebar. That's and this one, at first I was like, oh, what do I do? I ended up using C, and I think actually left control does it as well. Yes, it does. So again, kind of they're going with the standard, typical keyboard and mouse setup. But I like that they don't just come out right and say it, with the exception of the picture, of course. Okay, so we got something that was actually really cool here. First time I found this. At first, I was playing this game and I'm like, oh, okay. So we just walk around looking at stuff, cool atmosphere. But there is actual action and interactivity within the environment, such as here I can pick up this axe. And this axe will break through logs in a pretty cool manner as well. I actually really like the cutting that they use. So you're going to notice here it's telling us we can interact with that. So left mouse button's going to let me swing this. And check out the different cutting patterns though. And it looks like, I don't know, I like that. I don't know that it's actually responding to the angle of strike, but I like that it's kind of breaking off in chunks and it's different every time. I actually thought that was kind of neat. So let me like try to cut off part of the top here or something. Oh, in fact, just cut off the middle section. I don't know exactly. That's where we're supposed to go, but there's something also over here. You'll notice these logs, the ones that are glowing with these sort of like circuit board looking hues, and then my axe has that same sort of glow, and that means those two things, well, they go together. Okay, so let me just try to continue to cut my way through here. There we go. Okay, so now we're on the other side. And there was something, oh, gosh darn it, see it. I really don't like that. Especially on a level that looks pretty small as it is. You know, we've got those physical barriers right there. Why can't I just, that is literally, see that box right there? That's where I came in. Why, just let me go over there, please. Come on, what are you doing? You're killing me, Smalls. All right, over here we have a shrine. Let's see what this is. Oh, the golden ducky. Ducks play a very important part of this game, and you'll see why very, very soon. Okay, so we've got the rubber ducky here, and we're just gonna follow the torches. Follow the glowing lights. That seems to be the safe bet here in this game, if you're trying to move your way throughout the world. There's little mining carts here that we're gonna push. Does this one go all the way? Can I just bypass that? No, come on, really? You're gonna put that much of a gap and not let me walk through it? That's incredibly frustrating. All right, let's push the second mining cart. The obvious thing that we need to do. I guess say it again. I said it before I even played this game. I was talking about this when talking about the new PC releases for the week, that video from Tuesday. I love the way the game looks. Again, it's the atmosphere, the tone that's created with the color palette selection. It's a little bit saturated, I'd say, but some more walls for us to go through. Let's go ahead and sprint up these stairs and use the rubber ducky to solve our first puzzle. Being early in the game, incredibly easy. Rubber ducky place on here. He lowers the platform, which raises up this little box and allows us to teleport to the next section. So that's sort of how this game appears to be set up. You'll go from environment to environment. You'll solve a puzzle. You'll make your way through, and yeah, there you go. Okay, here we are in the next zone, if you will, the next area. Let's go ahead and click on that and raise the bridge. Very cool. Notice this, huh? Appears to be the same sort of thing that we ended up being introduced to this game on. Little subway carts. Are there gonna be more passing by? Or is that it, just those two? Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Light post, let's see what's in the door. Oh, there was more. Ah, I missed it, oh well. All right, and we are here in the Soul Cloud. Remember when you said, I'll always be there for you. So now we're gonna learn a little bit more about the Soul Cloud. We found that tape here in this waiting room. Let's go ahead and insert it and watch a little bit of a show.
Welcome to the Mystery Foundation. As a new employee, you are now a part of our ever-growing family. A family that provides 2 million users with entertainment, comfort, and happiness every day. A family voted #1 in Decade Magazine's most influential companies of all time. A family committed to bringing people together. But what does Mystery actually do? We are proud to introduce to you the Soul Cloud. Users upload their memories, together with vital personality statistics and traits, to our dedicated servers, where our industry-leading engineers sculpt this information into digital cities, towns, and gardens. Upon the user's expiration, a digital soul is created which can relive these memories again and again. What's more, the deceased's family and friends can visit their soul whenever they like, making death a thing of the past. But where do you come in? As part of the Soul Cloud's maintenance staff, you'll be working together with Seren, the cloud's innovative security system, to do whatever it takes to ensure the smooth running of the system, from recovering vital data to walking Mrs. Smith's digital dog. As a Mystery Foundation employee, you are now a part of our family. Together we can make the impossible possible.
So that's a little synopsis of the Soul Cloud and this environment that we're within. Now, that was a tape to the employees. I don't know that we are necessarily employees, but... And what the hell is that? Looks like a friggin' vampire or something. Little doorway opens up over here. So let's go ahead and walk through there.
Intrusion attempt detected. Initiating quarantine.
Seems like that's no good. Yes, that's a quarantine. We're gonna keep running. Yeah. Very interesting little title. Like I've said, I think the visuals are just fantastic. I think they've created a very intriguing world within this game, and it seems like the story is going to be taking some pretty interesting turns as well. Right here, we're going to be introduced to a core part of this game. So there's the rubber ducky. You guys remember the one from that first puzzle. Here's a little breakdown of what we'll be interacting with here in Master Reboot. So here is the handbook for new employees. Welcome to the Soul Cloud. What are these ducks? Ducks contain messages from residents, Soul Cloudians, family, and friends, which have been sent from the world of the living. These messages are personal, and employees are reminded that they should not be accessed, unless they feel that the message contains dangerous material such as viruses, explicit images, or inappropriate information that may upset the relevant residents. On to the next page. Simple guide to the cubes. Blue cube teleports from another part of the current memory. White cube, pure memory container. Green is a return to the resident's soul village. And red, a maintenance cubes, allows you to interact with the current memory. So those are all of the different cubes. Our staff are currently unavailable. Please, it says please feel free to enter the Soul Cloud. So let's go ahead and go in here. I haven't gotten past this point, so I'm gonna be very interested to see what's coming up. That's basically where I stopped. I was like, I just need to show people this game. It's really neat. It's definitely different. Definitely something very different. So what is this, the Soul City? Is this where all the Soul Cloudians live? I suppose that could be it. We've got a bunch of things. Okay, it doesn't look like we can interact with those. Here's a giant cube that we're apparently not allowed to touch. And, oh, that just turned all the lights green on the Soul Cloud houses. So I'm guessing that means we can now go into these houses. All right, what we'll do, let's start off with the one on the right. That tall building there. We'll wait on that. So this is a childhood memory. Let's see what this is all about. Are we going in the house, or? Okay, so it is, yeah, it is. So that house contained a memory from our childhood, and that is where we are now. Okay, and I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. That goes back to the main area. Good to know. Probably should have assumed that anyways. Okay, go through this cutscene again, that's fine. Alright, let's take a look here. That is a broken image. It's really funny. There's a rubber ducky. Can I pick that up? Ooh. Huh. That is really cool. Okay, I like that. Can't go in there, that's locked. I'm not a big fan of how jumpy it is, so like when I interact with this, it cuts to a sort of a pre-rendered image, you know what I mean? Rather than just having this thing interact based on my current position. Basically, we're interacting with an object and then the game cuts to a pre-rendered scene, if you will. I'm not really a huge fan of that aspect of the game, but you know, again, realize this is an indie title, so budget and whatnot. It doesn't appear like I can go through this door. And this is broken. That's locked. Just check really quick around the room to see if there's anything else I can interact with. A bunch of wooden duckies. Oh, here we go. There we go, wonderful. I was like, it can't be it. There's no way that this is just that single room. Okay. So we have to find the key to the next door, essentially. Oh, I like this. Oh, now I'm small. And we've got a whole bunch of shenanigans going on over here. All right, well, let me check over here first. I want to see if that light does anything for me. There's the electrical socket. Obviously, I probably can't open that door right now. Oh, there's a disco party with my teddy bear friend. Let's check that out. There's the bouncer. Is that a gunshot? Alright, so there are 3 keys that need to be found in this little level, and then we can progress on to the next area. That room's really dark before I go in there. Let me check the house over here for keys. What are these? Ah, so the puzzle solving. I'll have to glean a little bit more information before I figure all that out. This is really neat. This is the gunshot again. Not so neat. I don't know, I have to say, this is pretty cool. Where are we going? Okay, let's go up here. See what happens. What the heck? I tried changing it a bit, but it didn't do anything. I don't know why it's not working. Do you want me to have check through it? Just copy and paste the word process and I'll get it. Like, really, that'd be awesome. No worries, I'm sure you're just missing a bracket somewhere. Oh, there's a message right over there too. And here's our first key. Well, I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to spoil this game for anyone who might be interested in it. So I think we might cut it here, but I am very intrigued. I really like the setup. I really like what's going on here with this game. I think this is pretty darn neat. Can I make that jump? No, maybe I'll have to do it from, might have to do it from a little bit higher. That's probably what's gonna have to happen. Now that is a sad squirrel. That is one sad squirrel. I mean, cheer up, buddy. You got a spoon. Are you about to eat something? I don't know. Uh-oh. Whoa-oh. I don't like that. Let me go check the dark room here as we finish up this video, but pretty neat. Pretty neat, I would say. All right, there's a bunch of glow-in-the-dark glue. Help guide our path here. What is that? What the hell? Ah! What? The heck is going on? I have no idea. I think we just died. I think that was a death scenario. Well, that's interesting. All right, guys. Well, this has been Force taking a look at a Master Reboot, the first-person sci-fi adventure horror game with a focus on exploration and puzzle solving. I'm gonna go there again. We're gonna try not to get spooked by the giant teddy bear. Yeah, the game's currently available on Steam for $14.99. Seems pretty interesting. I believe they said there were like 34 unique levels. I'm assuming, okay, if I walk by that thing, it's gonna kill me, right? Can I sprint? Okay, I sprinted by the giant scary teddy bear. That's fine. Yeah, it's got. I think it said it has like 34 unique levels, and we've checking out what, 3 or 4? I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty interesting. Once again, available now for $14.99. If you like what you see, I'm definitely gonna keep playing through this though. I like. It's just different, and I like different. I really do. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Force. If you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning. I found the second key. Oh, lucky me. Hi, Teddy.